Happy Sunday, webheads! Guys, I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, I'm bringing you another episode of Worst to First. That's right, fans. This is the video series where I do a rapid-fire recap of all the comic books that I read this week. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Coming in at number 15, and my least favorite book of the week goes to Berserker issue 10. My main problem with this book is it's too drawn out, not enough dialogue, and it just doesn't come out often enough. However, since I'm so vested into it by reading all 10 issues so far, I'm gonna see how this thing concludes, but not my favorite. We have Edge of Spiderverse. This is issue 4. Let me tell you, Spintress wasn't actually a bad character. Loved the Disney princess vibe I got out of it. We got some middle-aged Spider-Man, we got Spider-Ham, we got the Spider-Mobile. A lot of throwaway stories here, but the one story I did not like was the Sun Spider character. Just a very conflicting type of story, and it just wasn't entertaining for me. But I definitely want to see more Spintress and see what she might have to offer in the Spider universe. We have Strange issue 6. This is a Wong-centric issue, and when this series does not have Clea, I'm not interested. It's the whole reason why I read this series to begin with. This really does focuses on Wong, on how he has some lost memories, his childhood, and how there's a problem when he outlives the Sorcerer Supreme. Not my favorite issue from this series. Hopefully the next one improves. If you love horror books, guys, you're gonna love Creepshow. And this has 2 stories in it. One about kids stealing candy bars and they get punished for it. Very gory. And then the second story is you got some crazy mascot that comes to a birthday party and starts eating all the kids. Dude, it's so awesome. So if you guys love horror books, you're gonna love Creepshow issue 1. Now we have Carnage. This is issue 6, as we have Carnage trying to absorb all kinds of powers to become this ultimate being, and then you have this detective that is following him that has the Cletus Cassidy in his brain. Kind of weird. You have to read it to understand it. Great book, very gory. This issue was much better as it dives into all of our characters here, and it looks like we might be setting up for a battle between Carnage and Malekith, or Carnage and Hela. So we'll see what happens. Probably people are gonna disagree with me on this one, but this is Exterminators issue 1. I really enjoyed this book. It's just something different with the ladies of X-Men, and we have a breakup between Dazzler and her boyfriend, and then they go out in a night on the town, they get drugged, and they wind up in a maze. They're fighting vampires, and I love the character interactions between these girls, and I love what possible adventure they could have. It's like a B movie, man. I just enjoyed it. So I'm gonna check out the second issue and see what it has to offer. Next on the countdown, we have XMen Legends. This is issue 2. Really great story that takes place between Hulk 181 and Giant Size X-Men. This story fleshes out the Wolverine character just a little bit more, and also Beast. And in this issue, you find out how Wolverine gets his cowl. I thought that was pretty interesting. Great fight scenes in here, and some cool history that you never knew about. So definitely recommend this one. The next issue has to deal with Longshot. Sliding into that 8th spot, we have Iron Cat issue 4. I am so happy that I've been able to get some people to read this book. Everyone that reaches out to me says, Mike, thank you so much for getting me on Iron Cat. It is so good. Definitely an under the radar series, guys. You should check it out. Probably the best Iron Man book you're going to read. The team up here between Felicia and Tony Stark is great, as Tony is fighting against an ex-girlfriend. I think her name is like Madam Menace or something. And she takes over all of Iron Man's tech, and he is fighting his own tech, and she is in control of it. Great stuff. Don't miss out on Iron Cat, guys. Wonderful artwork as well. Continuing on, we have Nightwing issue 96. Guys, the first story arc is finally over. Holy crap, I can't believe this is finally over. We finally get Nightwing defeating Blockbuster, and to cap that off, Heartless shows up at the end of this issue, and he also does something to Blockbuster. So everyone hates Blockbuster, but what makes this comic book so good is the character moments between Nightwing and Babs. It looks like the relationship is going to the next level. So if you love the dynamic between these two, you're going to be seeing a lot more of them together. Love the artwork here, and again, the character work is spot on. Outside of the top 5, looking in, coming in at number 6 goes to Barbaric issue 2. Another wonderful story here from Vault Comics. This book is so great. I love Owen the Barbarian and his freaking talking axe that lusts for blood. In this issue, you get a lot of character stories. You get to dive deeper into who all our characters are, including the character of Steel and their history of their nemesis and whatnot. So this may have been a little bit of a slower issue, but if you wanted to know more about these characters, this is the issue to read. Please read Barbaric. You'll love it. We're hitting the top 5 now, and number 5 goes to Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman's Vanis issue 1. This book was a lot of fun. Was I the only one getting some Harry Potter vibes here? Excellent book as we learn a little bit about the main character of Oliver, how he was the chosen one, how he defeated the main leader, and all his disciples went running. So now he still has to defeat all these bad guys. Great book. Suggest that you read it, especially if you're a Donny Cates fan and you love a little bit of world building and character growth. You get it all in this first issue. Can't wait to see what happens next. Number 4 is a book that can't be stopped. Always in my top 5. We have Gunslinger Spawn issue 12, as you get to see Gunslinger do his final battle against Winter Stone. And man, oh man, this guy pulls out all the stops. And by the time you get to the last page and you see what Winter Stone looks like, your jaw is going to be dropped. Phenomenal artwork by Brett Booth. Guys, please read Gunslinger Spawn. Pick up that trade. Pick up those back issues. You definitely won't be disappointed. Which book is going to get number 1? We're so close now. Coming in at number 3, we have DC's War of the Undead Gods issue 2 of 8. This book was so good, as we get to see a battle between Sinestro and Darkseid. This is Undead Darkseid, and what happens to him at the end is unimaginable, and we get to see Darkseid become something that I have never seen him become before. Great artwork here. There's a lot at stake. I love when heroes backs are against the wall and they find themselves helpless against the enemy. So good. Definitely recommend this book. Hopefully you can find issue 1 on the racks. Number 2 goes to Rogues Gallery issue 1. I'm really enjoying this book as we get this poor actress who wound up quitting her superhero TV show, and we have some crazy ass fans that are breaking in her house trying to steal the issue 1 of the comic book that she purchased that's affiliated with her show. But things just go too far. There's murder that happens, there's chaos, there's intense, there's suspense, there's blood, there's gore, there's so much, and this is at the edge of your seat, and I feel like this could actually happen in real life. Guys, check out Rogues Gallery. I don't think you're going to be disappointed with this one. The book that takes that number 1 spot this week goes to Batman Superman World's Finest issue 7. Meet the Boy Thunder. That's right, guys. Dan Mora and Mark Waid do it again. You get to learn about this kid by the name of David who comes from a different Earth. In fact, it's like a Gotham that explodes, and he comes to this Earth through some rift, and Superman, Batman, Robin, they rescue him, and the thing that gets you in this comic is Mark Waid makes you care for this kid David. He loses his parents, his planet blows up, he tries to meet his parents from this Earth, and it doesn't work out, and he feels so sorry for him. Who's he going to live with? Who's he going to be by his side? And at the end of the book, you wind up seeing the Teen Titans. That's why this book is awesome, because it's just not Batman Superman. It's like Batman, Superman, Flash, Hal Jordan, the Teen Titans, Supergirl. This is the way a DC book should be written, and hopefully in the future, all DC books can be written like this. Guys, World's Finest is where it's at right now. Every time I read it, it's always #1 on my list. So guys, I want to know in the comments below, what was your favorite comic book of the week? And take a minute to make sure you subscribe. And if you love the content, I'll leave you more content right here to click on. In fact, this is the latest FOC that was just released. And guys, always remember, keep buying, keep collecting, but always read those comics. Guys, have a great day.